Brian, how tall are you?
6 feet. I don't play in that gym, but I'm closer to 40 than the rest of y'all. So I'm staying in shape for as long as I can, bro. Like I do Mondays. I'm boxed up at 45 inches. It's on my Twitter. You can look it up. Like I'm all of that. I'm still.
You're box jumping 45 inches off the vert?
Yeah, I had the video. That then if when he watches it,
That's
Devin
impressive.
sent a reply video of it.
That's impressive.
Brian Zion Williamson before Zion Williamson.
I wish, man. I wish.
That's like a leg drive. Talk about almost 4 feet.
I feel bad for that ground. Like that's a lot of support. Jumping like that, damn. PSI goes crazy.
That's a downforce, dog.
My vert is not as high as I thought it would be, bro. I thought my vert would be OD. No.
Could you dunk?
Is different, though.
Yeah. Not right now.
You-
I can't dunk now.
But like back in the day, could you dunk two hands?
Yeah,
one
two
hand?
hand dunk. Two hands. Like this.
1 foot, 2 foot.
1 foot jumper.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
That's that. I couldn't. Yeah, I need to.
But you gotta also think like I think jumping off of 1 foot, you have way more like flexibility with it to get that shoulder way up. You know, that's what I'm thinking. Why? Were you ever able to dunk, Shane?
Oh yeah. I was flying. I had bunnies, bro, back in the day.
Go big plays. Tied up, splits the double with 8. She's going to get a shot off each.
Yes, sir. We are back and at it once again, bro. We're not only back. We're not the only ones that's back. College lacrosse is back here. I'm with my boys on Stick Talk, talking that stick. I'm with Shane, Diggs, Brian, and Scotty. The Diggs already showing that nag, Jay. Boys, how was week 0, if that's what we're gonna call it, of college lacrosse?
23-5.
It would have been nice to be able to watch any of the games. They were all at noon. How was I supposed to watch any of them?
Bro, do you know like the amount of mental gymnastics people do if you make any comment about all the games starting at the same time? Like people told me last year, oh, the parents need to see their children, so that's why they have to play so early.
Oh,
Man.
They're sharing field space, it's all about Eastern time zone, and just all excuses, and none of them are good. They're all bad excuses.
We don't care.
Exactly.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
We don't care. We don't care. If lacrosse is on, I want to be able to watch it. I want to be able to watch it at a reasonable time. And I want to be able to watch the teams that I want to watch. I don't want to have to choose. Why are you making me choose? Anyway, that's for later.
All right. That's for later. But boys, I guess you guys are feeling a certain way about week 1. So in this episode, we're going to be recapping those 5 games that we featured on our pick'ems. Of course, I went 5-0. You guys better recognize, you know how your boy Scotty does it.
Okay. So basically 0-5 too, right? According to Scotty's logic, right? Same skills.
Regardless,
Yeah,
I'm still skilled. It doesn't matter. Regardless. It's
such an insane take. I'll never forget that as long as I live.
Ever.
I'm saying
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
It is the same thing, but you guys won't understand that. Okay, you guys won't understand that.
You're right.
But what you will understand is that Georgetown beat Loyola on Saturday. For a second, I got nervous. I thought Loyola was about to do it again in this game, but no, they didn't. Hoyas take this game away 13-6. Do you guys have any thoughts about this game?
No. You know why? Because most of us, I should say, not all, but most of us predicted that. I was not surprised whatsoever.
In Ty Banks,
what you trying to say?
I ain't trying to say nothing, but if something is being communicated, then I'm not in control of that. All I'm saying is, I just thought that was obvious, personally.
Okay.
Personally.
That's how you feel. Sure. That's how you feel. You know, this game was a good one because we got to really see the challenge come in handy. because
Oh, that boy smoked that corner,
he
bro.
smoked that
Yo,
corner. He really
whole
looked like
punch.
me back in the day. It was crazy because he shot that ball, right? And then the announcers were like, that wasn't even a goal. It's like, what are we looking at here?
Yeah. Are we being? Is that real? Are you dumb? Like,
Yo,
what's
how
going
hilarious
on?
is it that they just almost didn't count it?
Straight up. And he's like,
Yeah, he's like, I know y'all not gonna just not give me that.
yeah,
Like, come on, dog, clip me. That's crazy.
Bro, that's
Yeah.
like his lifelong. That's his lifelong highlight right there. Like,
That's everyone's dream is to literally punch a hole in the corner. That
I'm
happened
not
to
doing
us.
no conditioning ever again after.
Oh
hitting
yeah,
shit
I'm
like
done.
that.
I'm done.
yeah.
Hit the line, nah, bro. You saw that? You saw what I just did, right?
Yeah.
Like,
We're not, and we talk about a corner too. We're not talking about no
Yeah.
right in the middle of that. We're talking about a corner, the
Yeah.
reinforced part of the cage.
Yeah.
I
One of the
destroyed
most
that.
reinforced parts of the cage.
Yeah, come on.
He smoked it, and I couldn't believe they were like about to play my boy like that. Like it wasn't a goal.
Yo, that happened to us one time at St. Vincent. We were playing Denison. They were like ranked like 15th in the country. They came to play us. And
Denisen's like that.
one of their like best shooters just stepped down from like he was way out. It was like 15 yards, just overhand top left. And it was like towards our bench. So if you were like on our sideline, you had like an unobstructed view of the path of the ball. And it just obviously just tore it hole right in the corner. And then our defenseman, Josh McClellan, tries to pick it up and play it. And all of us are just the whole time
That's
just
a
like,
savvy
oh
play though.
my
That's a
God.
savvy move to just pretend like it never happened and just like, yeah, I got it. Yeah.
We laughed about it at the party that night. Like, Josh, you really try to play like that didn't happen, bro.
I would be
Nah,
doing
bro.
the same thing, bro. I get him. Yeah, so I was watching the highlights of this game too, and I was dying at this one play. My boy passed the ball, and his boy scored. I want to show you this kid's celebration, bro. Like you would have thought it was the happiest day of my man's life. And this is how much I support you guys.
Yeah.
This is how much
I
I
know
love
exactly.
you guys. Take a look at my boy Sully right here, bro. Right,
Bro.
number 2, a Georgia kid. Look how hype he gets. Throw the feed.
Ah!
Hey, hype me up like that, though.
Let's go.
Hype me up like that.
Yeah, I saw this and I
love
started
it.
crying, laughing at it. But then I was like, this is the type of guy I want on my sideline.
exactly.
For sure.
Yo, he probably goes crazy in the weight room.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
He's got
Yeah.
to. That's the type of personality that goes crazy in the weight room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hit a PR and you're ready for his response because you
Yeah.
want to because you know he's gonna get you hype.
Full,
That's
that,
the
that's,
one.
that's strength and conditioning coach vibes right there.
Oh. When the boy pulls it.
Facts.
Oh
That's
yeah,
only-
throw that alley, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. But yes, the Hoyas won this one 13-6. Avoid Loyola from doing it again like they did last year. Okay. It kind of sucks that no games were really at night. All the games were pretty early.
Bro, a
But
6:00 game would have went crazy. Like
I
6
know.
Eastern.
crazy.
For the first real game of your season, and it's a night game on a Saturday.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah, you're right.
It wouldn't matter who's playing. Everybody's gonna watch it.
Yeah.
So,
Facts.
but none of the games were at night. But the Knights played yesterday. The Knights played against Lehigh yesterday. Okay. The Knights played against Lehigh.
You were getting really good at that.
All
At
right.
this point, I don't
All right, that
know
was
if there's anybody better. I've never heard of anybody consistently.
Yeah, Scotty, you might be goaded, honestly.
Yeah, you consistently able to do that. It is impressive.
You know, I really appreciate you guys because you know, that's what I bring to the table is the transitions. But let me get on my soap real quick and talk about these damn Knights.
Here you go.
Floor is
Okay.
yours.
Because you guys, not you guys, but you all, nobody wants to talk about the Scarlet Knights, but we'd rather talk about Lehigh in Pennsylvania. They gave them a ranking. They gave Lehigh a ranking. Guess who they didn't give a ranking to? The Scarlet Knights. They didn't give the Scarlet Knights a ranking, right?
Last in Big Ten champion.
Hey. Let me have my moment, please. Because they're
All right.
Lehigh. They might as well be Lee Low right now. Lilo and Stitch with that right now.
Yo, you ain't call Lehigh Lilo and Stitch because they lost.
Yo.
That's insane.
I'm saying, bro, because for a second,
No, bro. No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yo, Richard Checo and the Lehigh whatever bird they are. Come to
That's
Scotty.
so insane.
yeah,
That's crazy. I
because
can't believe you really said that.
hey, I'm just saying, man, those boys in Piscataway, New Jersey deserve some respect, and you guys gave them no respect. Okay, Rutgers takes away this one 10-6. Guess how many quarters Lehigh won?
All of them?
Nope, wrong. 0. What?
They
They
won
won
0.
0.
Oh.
Lehigh won
Lehigh.
0.
I thought you said Rutgers. My fault.
Oh, I'm
yeah,
about to say
yeah.
that they couldn't have won all of them. They lost. That was some silly logic, but
I was like,
I was like, how's he gonna spin this?
yeah, I was like, wait, what?
And
Oh.
congrats to my man, head coach Brian Breck, for getting his 100th win. Text me. My boy texted me today. He goes, hold up. Let me see what he said to me.
Light flex.
Light flex.
Yeah,
He says, tell Brian knows lax and Diggs tape not to sleep on Rutgers. So y'all hear me? You better wake up.
Everybody's gonna say that about their own team. I ain't worried about all that.
And
Respect,
I ain't
coach.
mad at him. And
Yeah,
I
respect,
ain't
coach.
mad at
I
him.
ain't mad at you.
Great call
I'm
from
just
the
saying,
haters.
We're just getting started, Coach Breck. That's all I'm saying. If you mad at me now, yeah, we just getting
Oh
started.
man.
And I'm just an observant. Like, I'm not in the Big Ten. I'm 23-5 is what I'm worried about. But I'll let the
Oh yeah, Brian. Exactly.
Only way,
exactly.
actually
Brian, I'm
24,
only way
biased.
you'll
isn't it?
see us is in the national championship, bro.
I mean, those guys did the thing. But yo, your boy
We'll get
Richard
that,
Checo is a problem though. I'm not even gonna say anything about that. Richard Checo is a dog.
Is that the takeaway god?
Yep,
Yup.
the
The
takeaway
CT God?
god. Yeah, yep.
Respect.
Yup.
That boy good. That boy good.
That boy is a problem. But
Shout out to
since-
Rutgers though, man. Yeah, they did their thing. Week 0, week 1, whatever we're calling
when
it.
TLN posts that meme, like if your team's still undefeated again, and it's just every team that's 1-0,
You pressing that
I'ma
like
like
so
it.
hard.
I'm gonna like it. All right. Oh man. Yo,
Are we 3-0 in here right now?
we are 3-0. Hey, oh yeah, UVA didn't play. I can't wait to see their jerseys though.
Those Burns are gonna go. Those Burns are about to go crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm not a fan of, and I've never been a fan of the chevron type like thing on the shoulder. I've never been a fan of it. And I know Diggs is gonna not like this take, but I actually really like the sleeveless jerseys that they had.
Damn.
And I think they were that Virginia's and Syracuse were the only two that I ever really liked. I never saw another team do it where I was like, oh yeah, that looks hard. The same way that Rutgers Adidas jerseys are the only ones I've ever really liked.
Yeah,
I
those
did like the
Adidas
Rutgers
jerseys
Adidas joints. I did
Yeah.
like those.
I
really
never
Adidas
liked
jerseys was
anything
trash.
else Adidas, but
They
Rutgers
looked
pulled
good
it
on
off.
Rutgers.
Yeah, Rutgers pulled it off, and I was
Right.
like, okay.
What?
Shane,
What? Go
I
ahead.
just want to follow. I just want to follow the sleeveless note jersey because I am probably the most famous sleeveless jersey hater in all of online lacrosse world.
Easily.
Absolutely hate sleeveless uniforms. However, I will say, 2019 Virginia was about 4 or 5 inches of cloth away from having the cleanest unis maybe ever in all Division I lacrosse. Those were so clean
Those were
with
dirty.
the original burn, the all
Mhm.
whites, like the ghost whites with the dog. All they needed was sleeves. That's it. Those jerseys had 10 of uniforms, top to bottom, had 10 out of 10 potential, especially with the orange burns with the white face mask. That's like
They
top
do
3
They
helmets
do their
ever.
color
Right.
coordination really well. I've never seen their stuff like not. And I mean, I also, fun fact, the first school when I first started playing lacrosse, the first school I wanted to go to was actually Syracuse. I actually wanted to go and play at Syracuse for like when I was a freshman in high school. And and another reason is like they had a really great public relations college.
Oh yeah, Newhouse is good. I ain't going.
Yeah, and I told my mom I wanted to do this, and I'll never let her forget this. By the way, I was like, I want to go to Syracuse, and I want to go to school for public relations at Syracuse, and she was like, public relations is not a good not a good major to go for. And lo and behold, 10 years later, 15 years later, like everybody needs a PR specialist for the amount of exposure that they have. I'm like, dude, I could have been raking it in and have played.
I'm a PR major. Stop playing. I never really thought of it like that. I'm literally a PR major.
Yeah. Everybody need PR bad because most of these guys do not have media training. But anyway, I think their color coordination is great.
We digress, but let's not actually digress. What's your favorite jersey combo? What's your favorite jersey that Virginia has? What's your favorite color jersey they have?
Oh, dude, you know what I really liked? I really like their navy. They're navy, like the sleeveless, because I love their sleeveless joints. I love them. And I thought like the way that they would coordinate, there's like navy with the like slight orange bucket that they used to have. I have this image in my head of, gosh, what was his name? Number 6. He used to be number 6.
Steele Stanwick.
Not Steele, because they didn't have Steele jerseys.
And Rubier, 4-6.
No. He's he plays on the Atlas now.
Doc Sakin.
Yeah, Doc Sakin. I have this image of Doc Sakin in my head. I was like, dude, that's just the hardest thing out. That's the hardest thing. Because he was a freight train, dude. And I was watching him. I was like, that's just hard.
You rock with the orange jersey at all?
Did they have they had the orange top?
They did.
I don't know if they were orange.
Wait.
They were all right.
Wait. Orange being on top. Syracuse rocking against Jacksonville here.
I was used.
Final of this game.
I walked right into it.
I in my head, I was like, he's not going to do it, right?
I knew where he was going with it, so that's why I didn't say anything.
The final was 24-5. Listen, guys, I don't even understand why I put this as a game. Because the way those orange did it against those Jacksonville, Dolphins?
Yeah.
They smoked them. Yo, the score at a time was 21-2. 21-2. And these
and
game the same
like that's tough.
See, I told you Brian was just gonna.
Yeah.
Brian, go ahead, dog. Eat up.
Yeah, so I was saying 23-5. In my head, I'm thinking about the Luka Doncic LeBron thing, so I think that's where the 23 came from. But yeah. So as a Syracuse lacrosse fan, I'm supposed to not be excited because according to the internet, it's only Jacksonville, even though they won second place in the A-Sun. And if they beat Duke, everybody would be like, "Oh, this is like the best thing ever." But they looked good. My most exciting thing was the defense. We'll talk about that later. But they did all the things. They did what you would want the number 2 team in the country to do to a team that's lesser than. From the moment they stepped in, Luke Roy, Atu, the lefty, one-hand shot, goal to make it 1-0. It's on. John Galloway, you're one of the SU greats. Thank you for your service, but your team's about to get this work. Respectfully.
That's what.
The funny thing. Well, go ahead, Mikey.
I was just gonna say I want to give a shout out to the Jacksonville goalie who probably played the whole game hurt. He like twisted his ankle on the first possession.
Yeah,
he was hobbling.
Yeah. Because I think he sprained it, and had someone that sprained the ankle a bunch of times. I respect it because I felt bad for him because I was like, "Ooh, it's not gonna be your day because this is not the team that you're gonna try to."
Right. And I got a take about that too. At first, I was like, "Why didn't he just come out?" But like, what if you worked all off season to be the starter? And you come out and then your backup cooks. Your backup goes, 48% against Syracuse in a loss. And the coach is like, I think we might go with him next game. So like you just not gonna play the rest of the season because you rolled your ankle on the first possession of the year after working to be the starter. So that's, to me, I feel like if I was him, I might not have come out either. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna stand in here and take these shots with a twisted ankle.
If that goalie was to come out, man, you just have to press this button.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Thanks.
Because you're absolutely right, brother. Like being a goalie, how many goalies play at a time? Only that one. And it's like, you're right. You work that whole off season, and then it's like, I got to come out within the first 5 minutes. Your backup's ready to take your spot. That might be your best friend. He's ready to take your spot, though.
Yeah. That's not a Jacksonville take. I'm just saying that's a goalie take as a lacrosse head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they got work. That's what them boys do.
Facts.
They were in a third midfield line in the first quarter. The third midfield line had the number like 8 recruit in the country, Bear Anderson, running out it, Calvert Hall, Wyatt Hoddle. Like it's I'm just like watching this. I'm just like, man,
I think
this offense is disgusting.
that's
Yeah,
that's what I
clean,
was
man.
about to say. That
It is.
offense is ridiculous. But I want to see them against a better defense, of course. But
Yeah,
when they string it together, though, they look scary.
is that how you would expect them to look? Like you wanted us to be like Maryland to score 12 goals? Like, nah, we gonna put in the work. We set the tone early. We're not doing any. We're not.
Hey, that's
We're
a
not doing
Richmond
any
stray.
like.
We'll get there
I don't
though.
have to convince myself in my head that we're like we this is how nah. SU we in front of you. You gonna get that?
We know
work.
who that was for, and you know who you are.
That's crazy. Listen, Maryland and Richmond are a lot closer together than Syracuse and Jacksonville. So let's
By far.
Nah,
those two teams are a lot closer
You
together.
know how Maryland fans are. Maryland after the first quarter is 4-0. Oh man, Tills, get ready for championship weekend. Like,
Maryland fans don't know.
nah, they shouldn't be that close apparently. Because
We all talk about it's February 1st. It's not even the second day of February yet. We're talking about Memorial Day weekend. Who has
Crazy.
the
I didn't
only
say
top
anything.
10 win in the country right now? Did I say
I mean,
anything?
that would have been a good game if I wasn't paying for it. So I ain't see it. Yo, did Hopkins put that game on Periscope?
Yeah, well, I mean, us old heads would call it Periscope. They just live streamed it on Twitter. Yeah.
Periscope, man. That's OG.
Yeah, you said Periscope. I was like, I don't know what is that, an app?
That was if you know, you know. That was
back in the day when
glad
the
somebody
Hope did
YouTube.
that a couple years ago from Bellarmine.
Yeah.
because the game wasn't streamed. He
He
just had the
literally- yes.
iPhone. Like,
He's
he had, like,
literally
the iPhone
Periscope.
12 and went on Periscope and live streamed the game. It had like 7,000 people watching it because it was
Dog.
the first game of the season. It
Yes.
was week 0, and their athletic staff was like, "Look, we're not gonna put this on television."
He's a legend, bro. That dude is a legend. Whenever he likes my stuff, I remember his name is escaping me right now. But whenever he likes my stuff, like that's the Bellarmine dude. That's the hero.
Yeah, he was just hurt. Had the foresight. I'm gonna just pull out the iPhone and
Hero, bro. Like Hopkins did that hopped over a paywall to do that
Yeah,
and walked out there.
He froze for a second. But since we're already on the topic, let's just talk about the Hopkins Denver game.
Yo,
See?
Russell Melendez, bro.
Russell
Boy.
Melendez is a dog. I was kind of
He's got top 5 aura in the country, bro. He carries himself like he carried himself like 96 Jordan, like LeBron in
Facts.
2019. Like
He does not. He's different, bro. He just doesn't care. He's like, yeah, I'm like that, and I know I'm going to be a first round
he gives
draft
off
pick.
like I'm super nice. Like he can just pull up his warm ups like, yeah, that's that guy. Like I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the energy you expect from a guy like that. You expect him to pop out and be like, yeah, I'm him. I've been him. I will always be him. And even though we got dogs around me, I'm still top dog. That's how he moves.
And it's Hopkins too. Like this,
Yeah.
TLN posted a video of him like in that coat, and he just walks on the field, throws a BTB from 50 yards out into the net. All right, that works.
I like that. Yeah.
Like, damn. That was
Yeah,
probably
he's
first
different.
take too. That's crazy. Hopkins looked good in this one. Denver too, I think is going to be a strong team though.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't. They didn't blow them out by any stretch of the imagination. It's still a great game, but Denver is still going to be Denver. I think, their coach is going to get these boys even more right towards midseason form. I think it'll be interesting to see how Hopkins starts to progress over time defensively. We know that they've got some absolute dogs offensively. Shouts out, I think Diggs pointed this out. What's his name? Changed his number to 91. Pure 91.
Hunter Shavit.
Yeah, Hunter Shavit. Yeah, that man changes his number to 91 because he's actually throwing gas is so crazy. And I have no choice but to respect it. That is the most.
He said it in that Diggs way that only he can say it. Like that's
yeah. Yeah,
He's from
I'm
Ohio.
like-
Why do I think he was Canadian?
I thought he was Canadian too.
Yeah, I don't know what he is, but I know this. So Gugs or Googs, that's I know what you want to be called. Yo, I want you to know something that the California Wi-Fi that Diggs is on just dropped. So no more talking trash about Jersey Wi-Fi.
That's
We
crazy
talk
because I'm on
trash
California Wi-Fi
about
too, brother.
California Wi-Fi.
And
okay?
California Wi-Fi is doing just fine for me.
So
Yeah.
I'll let
Mike, he said
I'll
we
let,
lit though. He said that's all he wanted to say. He said we lit.
Yeah.
yeah, but we lit. But Diggs is here.
Back.
He's ready to go. Yeah, we missed you for a second, dog. We were talking about your school, and you
We
was
said
gone.
we said you lit. I got you.
School.
I conveyed the message.
Yeah, my internet's tripping, so I had to jump in on my phone because this is right when we're talking about hockey, my internet dropped. So I had to jump on and say something. I don't know what y'all are talking about, but all I know is Russell Melendez was playing behind the cage a lot, and every time he went above goal line, he made stuff happen. 4 goals and an assist, and only one of those goals was really even generated from behind goal line. And it's a front sneak. Like, if they're gonna park him at X, I'm a little concerned about how they're gonna use him in the future. I want him. I want his above goal line, dog. Other than that, Denver's a good team. We turned it on in the fourth quarter. I think we had a 4-0 stretch, like in the third and fourth quarter, because I actually got to watch the game. Shout out to the person who gave me their login. I would say their name, but I'm not a cop. So, yeah, got the login, got to watch the game. It was dope. We want to know, and we're about to be Big Ten champions again.
Ooh, I like that take. Oh, you missed it. Would you agree? I said Russell Melendez has top 5 aura in college lacrosse.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I owe that kid, man. like, I'm him. I love it.
Nah, he's different. He's different.
He's up there. I met him before.
Hey, you
man.
see him fix his jacket before that behind the back.
I brought that up.
Yeah.
I brought that up.
Fix that jacket. Hey, I'm him. Many city women, I'm on go mode. Made a couple million promo.
Yeah.
Trying to get this internet back up so I can sit down.
Yeah, dog. You figure out your stuff for a little bit. I forgot to bring this up about the Georgetown Loyola game for a second. Okay. I was watching this Georgetown Loyola game. Why did the announcer have to violate one of the kids and be like, even though he's wearing the number, he is no Dylan Hesk?
Oh, that. Why you gotta do me like that? My mom watching it, like
Yeah. What are we doing?
Like why you have to say that
So out of pocket.
Like, that's
it's so out
crazy,
of pocket, bro. Like my auntie watching, like come on, fam. Like
I
It's
just
a violation, bro.
Absolute violation. But
that's that 50. Why you say F me for? Like
Yeah.
yep. All right, let's get into the last game that we were talking about. What was that game? That game was
Richmond.
Rich what? Rich man.
that Coach Carter reference. I see.
Richmond versus Denver. Richmond versus Maryland. Richmond versus Maryland. I can't even say it, but Richmond versus Maryland.
Stop the count. Maryland's gonna win a national championship to beat Richmond.
Stop the count.
That's how it's gonna go.
Stop the count.
Now,
See, Syracuse fans can't get excited because we beat Jacksonville. But all of a sudden, it's a Final Four for Maryland fans because Maryland be okay. I'm gonna let y'all have it. Y'all got it.
So
You got it, OG.
Maryland is funny, man, because yes, they shut out Richmond, and they shut out Richmond in the first half, but they also only scored 2 goals in the first quarter. So I'm like, okay, like their defense might be pretty nice, but like, is that trouble if you're only scoring 2 goals in the first quarter? If you're Maryland?
Yeah, they're gonna start winning face-off because Luke Whitman and just stop everybody because Ajax. Oh, never mind, they don't play for them anymore.
That's crazy.
Who are they leaning on? Like the offense is gonna have to do something this year. They can't lean on Ajax and Luke Weirman.
Yeah. Yeah, Gug was saying that Richmond has one of the top returning D units in a non-power conference. Don't sleep
Oh,
on them
okay.
someday.
Oh, they go okay. Now see, because they played
He's got,
Maryland. Because
but
now,
he's got
okay.
to elevate it. He's got to say, actually, they're better than you think.
Are you trying to
Oh
convince
my.
us, or you trying to convince
He
yourself?
could have just said they're ranked.
Yeah.
He could have just said they're
Yeah.
ranked.
Uh,
That's all I heard.
that game was a good one, and Logan McNaney is a solid goalie, bro.
Oh,
He's
for
a
sure.
problem.
For
I told
sure.
you guys he's a problem. I might have said it a couple episodes ago. I was like, yo, this guy is a stud. I mean, I know he's been in college for 6 years, and we all know he's a stud, but I feel like he's one of those goalies that will forget to talk about until the season starts coming on, and then we're like, oh shit, like he's real.
Yeah. No, he's real. He's the real deal. He's been, I mean, and he's been,
Yeah, I'm
he
gonna
was
leave and come back in.
injured. For sure.
All right.
He was injured most of last year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
Was he, or he just didn't play well last year? I don't think he was injured because he was injured 2 years ago.
I thought he was injured
I ain't gonna
last
hold you. I
year.
don't care nothing about Maryland, so but I'm pretty sure I could be wrong.
Yeah, but that was a win for Maryland. That was a win for Maryland. I'm curious to see how Maryland fans defend themselves when they lose a game.
They're not going to lose because they beat Richmond and they're going to the Final Four again. They've been 6 of the last 8 Final Fours. All Maryland fans talk about are Final Four, not national championships.
I don't give a damn about the last Final Fours.
Bruh,
Not
Maryland
a single
talk about
damn.
Final Fours the way John Hopkins talk about championships from 1903.
1903. He said 1903. That's crazy.
Man,
that's how Maryland fans talk about that. Now I mean, having Maryland fans in my mention talking about Final Fours, bruh. I like Syracuse. We did national championships. What is y'all talking about? I don't care about being a bridesmaid.
Okay.
Y'all be so happy to be at a wedding party, bro.
Oh,
y'all be so happy to be at a wedding party to give the best man speech. I don't care nothing about none of that, bro.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh,
I love it. I love it.
It's why Maryland always come for me. I love it too.
So I keyed on the 5 games that we spotlighted in our pick'ems, but tell me, do you guys have any comments about any other games that happened this week?
Oh, I want to give let's talk about a quick shout out. First of all, Duke absolutely dismantling Bellarmine. Not surprised whatsoever. 26-7. Horrible. I didn't even watch the highlights from that game. I was like, it's not worth it. I'm not gonna see the same like 7 people score against this team and a couple of bench players. I'm good. But I will say Utah beating Ohio State 19-13 and Ohio State being ranked is such a vibe. I love that for Utah, especially because Ohio State is and they were at Ohio State too. They were at Ohio State, which is crazy.
Yo, they just got a facility too. Did they just get a facility?
Yeah,
a waste of damn money.
Here, I heard that their field is heated.
Yeah,
like heated turf.
Yeah, crazy. I'm like, dude, if you like, one of my boys who is on the who works with the Utah team, he straight up told me, he was like, I don't know how a recruit goes to Ohio State, looks at the facilities, and doesn't commit.
Damn.
Like, it's crazy.
Their field is heated, but their team's not hot. No. And Nick Myers might be on the hot seat.
He might.
Who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, I feel like every year we have a conversation that it goes, Ohio State should be better than what they are.
Oh yeah, they should be better. I don't know about losing your job. It's kind of interesting is that when you break it down, Lacrosse has about the same amount of games as football does. Football can get to like 14, 15 games. And we can get to maximum 18 games. So it's kind of interesting how like a football coach would damn near lose his job after like 3 weeks of horrible play, but a lacrosse coach could stay on that same team underperform for years before he actually loses his job, even though we have the exact same, a comparable amount of games.
Okay. Yes, I understand what you're saying, but I feel like as times are going on, the seats start to get more and more warm because people are investing more and more money in this sport and they expect an outcome. And if you're not getting that outcome, best believe your seat's going to be warm because there's more than enough people trying to come for your job. And universities are starting to understand that. And they're going to play it like it's a big time sport. Just like football, just like basketball. If your team's not doing well, who's the scapegoat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always had coach.
So,
Yes.
Lacrosse had a lot of leeway for so long because, it wasn't the big time sport. But hey, money is part of the equation now. So who knows what's going to happen?
Hey, whose seat is hotter, Myers or Bresci?
I say Bresci.
Bresci for sure.
Me too.
I would say Bresci too.
Especially because now they have they could do something real crazy with the fact that what's his name is a football coach there. You got and like how many? Belichick. What's his name? I don't know. I'm not trying to.
Where are you going with this, dog? Where are you going with this?
Think about. There's at least been 3 in the last week. 3 recruits who are now playing both lacrosse and football. That is an opportunity for a lot of big time athletes to come to the University of North Carolina. And if North Carolina lacrosse is not doing its job as well, then you just basically Belichick loses out on 3 of his top new recruits playing for a team that's not playing well, only for him to I know he loves football or loves lacrosse, but I just don't think, I think that if he doesn't get his stuff together, it doesn't translate.
Yeah. But those kids, if they're committing for both of those sports, and I think if their lacrosse team sucks, those kids are going to be like F lacrosse and just play football.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I don't think it will affect recruiting or anything. Is that what you were saying?
I think so. I think it would affect recruiting.
I think it would affect recruiting.
For sure. I think I think it would affect.
If they're already there, I don't think they would transfer because their lacrosse team sucks. I think 2 kids that are being recruited and they realize I want to play both, but at a good school that has both. Then I think it starts to affect both. But if I'm already there and my lacrosse team sucks, I'm just going to stick to football. If that was
I don't know. You have to imagine that the in the recruiting process, being able to play both was part of the deal. Because you have to make sure that everything goes through for both, and both head coaches on both sides have to agree with each other that this is going to happen for X amount of players. I think it's part of the deal for them to go through, especially now that these deals are getting even more and more crazy and lucrative for a lot of these players in the NIL era. They gotta make sure that everything kind of lines up if you're gonna decide to go somewhere. For sure.
I don't know how much I see athletes really playing 2 sports. I know we have our Jordan Faison, we have Xavier Arline, but we also have players who play football for 2-3 years and then they're I'm going to play lacrosse this year. Or I don't really see them doing 4 years of both, but you have your extreme outliers who do play both. And I think these high school kids kind of don't understand the amount of commitment it takes to play 2 sports. Hence, when they get to school, they're all right, I'm going to stick with one and figure it out.
I couldn't imagine playing 2 sports at any college, much less a Division I college. No,
it's a lot.
It is a lot, man. It is a whole lot. Speaking of being a lot, I'm a lot right now because I went 5-0 this week. All right, let me read out everybody's record for this week. Okay, Shane went 4-1. Brian went 4-1. Diggs went 2-3, and yours truly went 5-0 again. In case you didn't remember. All right. Do you guys have any rebuttals about your record this week?
It is week 0. We were in our lives.
I literally, I was Richard might beat Maryland. They might. That's why I picked them. I didn't expect them to go crazy, but I was they might. They could.
It could happen, but
yeah.
I liked my picks.
And that's what matters, bro. You stick by that.
Yeah.
And again,
Fine.
it's week 0.
I was wrong.
What were we basing this off?
Yeah. What am I going to base this off of?
Yeah.
See, some people will ask me for my method to my madness. Just close my eyes and pick them. And
I was
that's
gonna
what
say you don't have no method. It's whatever we pick. You're like, I don't like that. I'm gonna do something different.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, bro. What I realized and what we all realized, and we said this last episode, we are not analysts. We are not journalists. We're just a bunch of brothers talking shit.
Fact.
All right?
Yeah. Week 0, where it's purely conjecture. Like,
Yeah. I
That's all
think
we
this
have.
team will win. Next week and the weeks after, all right, we got some data.
Yeah.
We got some data. I know, all right, this person's actually popping off. This person, but I mean, shoot, after JJ Shilstrop basically gamed last year, I would have picked the next couple of Denver games after that first game and been like, oh, yeah, Denver is going to take this one. But, things happen all the time. You never know.
But
ooh, them Denver fans was in our picks too, bro. Ooh, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. We're like, yeah,
They were
that's
there.
crazy.
They
No
were there.
Denver.
They were
No.
there.
I'm like, come on, bro.
Hey, that post blew up though. You see how many people looking. So I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. You keep that energy, guys. Keep that
Straight
energy
up.
because it gets me lit. All right. So what I love about when lacrosse season gets going, or college lacrosse season, before you box people come at me, when college lacrosse season gets going, I feel like lacrosse Twitter wakes up, or at least my side of lacrosse Twitter wakes up. And I'm just telling you guys on lacrosse Twitter, I love it. I love what I see, man. Just everybody responding, everybody reacting to what's going on. That's the type of community I love, and that's why I love being in this lacrosse world. Like, I feel like people were up this weekend. Everybody was hyped.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my piece about lacrosse Twitter. I mean, I'm not going to go too deep into lacrosse Twitter because you guys are all involved in Twitter a little more than me, but I was able to sit on my couch today and really digest my timeline on Twitter. I've been telling Diggs for like a year and a half, like, I'm trying to figure out Twitter, yo. I
You
don't
just gotta
know
be
how
on
to-
it. That's
just
the
gotta
only
be
that's the
on
only
it.
thing. It's not
Chronically
there's
online.
no formula. You just have to be online.
It's like learning Spanish. All you have to do is watch Univision for a long time.
Claro que sí, claro que sí.
You'll know how to sound natural. I don't know about learning anything.
Yeah. The man gonna be speaking gibberish,
Yeah.
but pronouncing everything perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
All the consonants,
from?
all the consonants perfect.
he's illiterate, but where are you from?
yeah, he's completely
You're
illiterate.
Dominican. You already know Dominican. You Dominican, papi. You Dominican.
Yeah.
That's
I know
insane.
Dominican.
But yes, all right. That's the first weekend of college lacrosse. Yo, I actually stopped by the Yale versus UMass game. I talked to you guys for a quick second about it. Yale's whole game plan is give the ball to Chris Lyons and let him cook, and it is not a bad game plan at all. That boy is a problem. And they also have another kid on Yale that I like. They have a short midi, number 3, I want to say he is, who was cooking up. Quick, shifty kid. I love the way this kid plays. He was dicing these boys up on UMass, but it was actually a close scrimmage between Yale and UMass. So, and shout out to Dan Arestia. Hung out with Dan, got some pizza. Bro, yes, Dan and I both ate that huge-ass pizza, but guess who ate 80% of that damn pizza?
Did you eat 80% of the pizza?
I ate 80% of that damn pizza, bro.
To the
I was
face,
hungry.
Peter Moynihan was the player you're talking about.
bro.
Okay.
Three
Unless they
is
did that
also an
weird
elite
thing where
short
they
player
switched
number.
jerseys.
3 is an elite short player number,
Yeah,
bro.
that's a sick,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a sick.
Yeah.
Like, shout out Ian Laviano one time.
Yeah.
One time, put it one time.
Yeah,
Like,
baby.
Unless they did that weird thing when they make you switch numbers, which I always refuse to do.
Yeah.
Yup.
I'm black, coach. They know who I am.
Yeah.
I'm not. Why am I switching numbers, coach?
Yeah. What am I doing that for?
But with all that being said, guys, we're introducing some segments now here, guys. So we decided to give the boys some segments here because you guys don't need to hear me talk all the damn time. It's time to hear the boys talk also here. So Brian's segment is called Walk That Dog. All right, with Brian's segment, we're going to find out who or what defender walked that dog this weekend. Brian, tell him who walked that dog.
It's like yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna switch it up because we're gonna do players a lot of the time. But I had to do the Syracuse University team defense. Brian, you're a homer. So what? When did Jacksonville score their third goal, fellas, of the game?
The fourth quarter, bro.
The 13 minutes and 48 seconds at the fourth quarter mark, they scored their third goal. So I'm going to give it to the entire Syracuse defense. That close defense is nuts. Billy Dwan, Riley Figueres, Mike Grace, the Division III Defensive Player of the Year, Carter Rice, best defensive midi in the country. They did all the things to the point that Shane asked me, how did Jimmy McCool look? And I'm like, they scored 2 goals by the time he's out of the game.
And how did McCool play? Did McCool play?
Yeah, he played well for what he saw. It was that the Syracuse defense has played incredible, where they just locked down everybody. You know you're playing well when you have back-to-back shot clock violations.
Yeah, absolutely.
In this modern era, it's like, and then there's another 3 or 4 possessions where it's just like there's 3 seconds on the clock, so they're just gonna goose the ball in the corner, or I'm just gonna take a shot and get a popcorn shot to start a clear. Like they played incredible. Brian, Jacksonville. Yes, it's Jacksonville. You can only play the team that's in front of you. They made Jacksonville look silly. They walked the dog. You all got dog walked. No disrespect to any of the Jacksonville players, but sometimes it bees that way. I'm not
it happens.
Disrespectful. You ran into a buzzsaw in week 1.
We all saw it.
Coach defense.
Yep.
They did that thing. Walked that dog. Sorry, Jacksonville, but Syracuse defense did their thing.
We all seen it.
Week 0.
Yeah, I am mad about you saying Syracuse walked that dog because there's no arguing about it. You're right. I brought up McCool, and McCool barely saw anything, and that's exactly what Syracuse did, and would lock those boys up. They didn't do a damn thing all that over there at Syracuse.
Yeah, so, we're gonna have fun with this segment. It'll be a lot of players individually, but I had to give it to as a team.
I'm curious to see how often you're gonna pick Syracuse with this.
We'll see. I try to be like with my poll goal of the week. I branch out. I'm gonna hit you with some watch. I'm gonna mess around, catch like an NAIA defender. Like, we'll see.
You bring up an NAIA defender. I bet.
Run it up.
Do any of us know what NAIA stands for?
I have no idea what that stands. I'm not even saying. Not National Athletic
Interscholastic Association, something like that.
Yeah.
We gonna act like we know.
Can I name an NAIA school? Absolutely not.
It's Kaiser. We brought this up last week.
That's the one I know.
Oh, Kaiser. Yeah.
See? Because I be listening back to our old episodes. Yeah, when I was driving up to Connecticut, I was like, let me listen to this last episode.
Studying.
You're rolling.
Yo, it's like watching film. Even though
it is like watching film.
I watch film on us all the time. Shane, are you good? Are you ready to rock? Just give me a thumbs up. All right. So Shane's segment is Shane A. Smith. Now you guys know how much of an opinion this boy Shane has over here. So Shane, tell us your opinion.
Stupid, man.
How what happened, bro?
You stupid.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna hang up and listen. Hold on.
Excuse me. First of all, one of my biggest issues with the National Collegiate Athletic Association is we've got multiple games going on at the same time. Why on God's green earth do we have multiple games happening at noon? All the ones that anybody wants to see, his person, that person, everybody's mama, everybody, all these people. Why are they playing at the exact same time? Not one of y'all want to play at night. Not one. And on top of that, hold on. On top of that, why?
Oh my God.
If you put out communication on channels, that the game is gonna be played on ESPN Plus, why would it not be on ESPN? I'm just trying to figure this out. Somebody tell me why this would be on ESPN Plus and it's not on ESPN Plus. Can somebody tell me that? Can somebody tell me that? That's what I want to know.
God damn.
My stomach hurts.
Scott, could you is there something I'm missing? Tell me what I'm missing. Because I need to know. Why would there not be that's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. I don't have any problem with the games. I don't have any problem with what's going on with the refs or whatever's going on with the school. Why would we not have our games sporadic times and exactly where they're supposed to be? That's what I want to know. And I'll give it back to you. Go ahead.
God damn, Shane. Yeah, I'm not an emotional dude, but I just cried.
Yeah, I see. This guy had to wipe his face.
Yo, I'm weak, bro. I am
Why are you so big, man?
That is phenomenal, Shane. God damn. That was great.
I told you I was gonna put it on, man.
Oh my God.
Yo,
dog.
Shane A. Smith takes us home right there. That's fire. Yo, and you're absolutely right, Shane A. Smith.
Oh my God.
You're
That's what I want to
absolutely right.
That's all I want to know.
He put the
Everything
suit
else
on,
is good.
son.
Everything is good. I don't have a problem. No, I mean, you messed up more than Marquette messed up against Michigan this weekend. That's what you messed up more than that. I just want to know. I just want to know why. Somebody tell me why.
Why they post that final score, bro?
Why did they? You know what? And you know what? And that's a good point. That's a good point. Why would you post something on social media on Beyonce's internet? Why would you post every quarter how much you scored, knowing that you only scored in one quarter and it was the first quarter? Why would you post that on a team account? Somebody needs to be calling somebody, telling somebody that they lost their job. That's what I need to see. That's what I need to
post that.
You did not need to post that.
Yeah.
Put your phone down. All you do, put
Come
your
on,
phone down.
man. That's one of those you just go final. Michigan 14, Marquette 1. That's all you do. You didn't need to make a graphic. You paid them for an hour of that work just to put that out there
with the swoosh on it.
That's a tough look for Marquette over there. But hey, it is what it is. I think they got to figure out a way to make the lacrosse world more accessible for people to watch. Because we've been going through it, dog. We've been going through it. I'm gonna go back in my room. My girl's gonna be like, "Why are you crying?" I'm like, "You wouldn't get it, okay?"
You just wouldn't get it.
You just had to be there.
Just me trying to explain this would not, whatever.
That's so good.
Not work. But Shane, you freaking killed that right there. Dog.
I ain't gonna lie. I watched some film. Okay, their little film study. I had to make sure I had it right.
I love it. That's how we get better. Okay. And what do you guys think? Like, how does lacrosse get better? How do we change this dilemma we're dealing with? Like, we're facing paywalls and we're facing all games at the same exact time. What do we? I like the simple answer: just put your games at different times. But I don't feel like lacrosse is at a point where we care about what other people are doing, right? If I'm this school, why do I care about what time this game is? Because we're not thinking past like TV times or like other things like that. But if you're really inside lacrosse, you're like, wow, inside lacrosse. You see what I said there? That's crazy.
Wow.
Didn't mean to do that. But if you're really watching lacrosse all the time, everybody knows that this is the problem we face, and we've been facing it for way too long. Why didn't somebody do something and change it, or like at least look at other schools' times? I don't know. It's just like lazy work that we refuse to do anything about.
I think too many people like separate from my little segment. The thing that pissed me off is that like I gotta get a whole other streaming everything just to watch ACC games, just to watch Big Ten games, just to watch. I'm like, bro, like I don't want to have to pay for like 6 different things just to be a fan of the game. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't want to have, and then it's going to be, we say that it's going to be somebody on Twitter going, well, if you're really supporting the game, then you wouldn't mind. I'm like, yeah, I would.
Stop pocket watching. That's that.
Yeah, I would.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, I do mind. And it will actually tell me, I will actually not watch the game and just watch the highlights later or watch the recap later. I would prefer to spend some time watching the game. But you make it so hard. I mean, and if you don't know that that's a problem, look at how the ratings for the NBA have gone down. Just because they require NBA League Pass just for you to watch half of these games. And some of these games that you might want to watch are not even on League Pass. Like that's crazy. How are you
They don't want people to watch. That's the only reasonable explanation. I don't think they actually want people to watch.
That's crazy.
Like
I don't get it.
For the NBA to paywall their product like that. I think baseball has the same problem. I don't think baseball wants to have any fans. Like the way they like, if you try to repost baseball highlights, they'll like hit you with copyright infringement. I'm like, I'm giving you free press. What are you doing? Like baseball's the worst with it, but basketball's getting up there. And college lacrosse, man, someone, I forget who was on Twitter, made a really good point that like Denver University got all the resources in the world, but they want you to pay for their little stream with the name mid in it. Oh, it was Connor Wilson
from Lax.
Okay,
yeah, he doesn't do Lax All Stars anymore, but he's known from that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he was right. Like that's what annoys me. What Shane said. People get mad.
Y'all got all that money.
You want to pay? Yeah. Like stop pocket watching me. Always worrying about like, oh, you should just pay. No.
No.
Like, yeah. I had like for me, I had the ESPN Plus, I had the Disney Plus bundle. So some people were saying it. If I have ESPN Plus, why is ESPN Plus just taking me to the ACC network? It's just taking me to Big Ten. It's like make it help us to help you.
Paul and Mike Rabel, I need you to pay close attention to what we're saying here. Keep them boys streaming on one place for as long as you can. I don't care what the McKinsey consultants tell you in order to get a little extra off the top. I don't care what they tell you. Keep it in one place. The fact that I could go to ESPN and watch every game for the PLL is fantastic.
Yeah,
I don't want to change that.
3 different things.
No, I don't want to change that. I don't care how big the sport gets. I don't care how big the league gets. Keep it easy for people to watch.
Yeah,
please.
And right now, I was gonna say right now. I know we're complaining about colleges putting their product behind paywalls, and it's like, well, a lot of colleges have like endowments and budgets, and like y'all should build that in. Like if you want to recruit players, if you really want to be a noticed product, you should use some of your existing revenue to support that. Like for PLL, I think the argument's a little different with like why we have to pay for the streams. Well, it's an upstart league and they're not going to get airtime. So like paying for that is not something I really mind doing right now. But colleges, it's like y'all already got the money.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah. What are we doing, man? I don't get it.
As soon as I see it, I'm just like, nope, not watching.
Yeah. No,
I'm gonna watch the YouTube highlights. I'm gonna catch you.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what's up. But I want to watch in the moment. Give me an opportunity to be a real fan and to grow a fandom. Because who knows, right? Maybe a fandom is literally being blocked with the paywall.
Yeah. You know who should watch their games actually? Maryland, because those damn camera angles are brutal, man. I was watching.
Tell you, man, them Sputnik ass broadcast.
We got better camera angles on the Hollow 11, bro. What are we talking about?
Brian said they put it on a Star Wars era satellite.
They did, bro. Like it's like that movie Fly Me to the Moon, bro. Like what did we do? It's like we know, like and I don't care about them saying that. Well, we shoot this in the football stadium, Syracuse. The JMA Wireless Dome is a football stadium.
Yo.
Like, to Mikey's point, how much you think Harvard's endowment is?
Oh, I
gotta be
know
in the
it's
billions.
crazy. I know it's wild.
So according as of October 2024, their endowment is $53.2 billion.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah,
You mean
gotta
to
be in
tell
the
me
billions.
that save the Maryland, all these schools, you mean to tell me y'all can't just do a thing where you put a small pocket in, and it's not just for lacrosse, because I can think of like Flow Sports, where I try to watch the St. John's basketball, like St. John's women games look like they're shot on an iPhone 6. And that's not
Yeah.
disrespectful. I'm not saying to disrespect women's basketball. I'm saying, yeah, I don't care about the product. Like, why?
Yeah,
Why should I care about it if you don't care about it?
straight up.
Exactly.
Straight
Like
up.
my grandma would say, you blocking your blessings. What are we
Oh
doing?
God,
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
I don't get
different times. And Syracuse does a good job of it because it's like it's by accident because they share the dome with the basketball teams and stuff. But it's like, why does everybody else talk about Syracuse so much? Because Gary Gate has them. They play on a Monday like 2 times this year. They play a couple Tuesday night games and they have like 3 or 4 Friday night games. So it's like, yeah, they're playing at a different time than everybody else in the country because apparently from Division 1 to JUCO, everybody plays on Saturday, 12 Eastern.
Stupid.
Like, there's not one athletic director with foresight to say out Division 1, what doesn't matter, to be like, you know what, we're gonna start playing at 4.
Yeah. To like
because who are
actually
you
think about
competing
that.
with on that field in the spring? What other team is out there on the spring that you're competing with on
Like-
that field on a Saturday? You
Sure,
might have
women's
like
lacrosse,
two.
but, like, share the slide.
Okay, you also have like 7 fields. You
Yeah.
can't retrofit one of them to have and some of these places have a specific lacrosse field. You can't use the lacrosse field and the
Exactly.
football field. It's not that hard. What other team? I mean, you might have to compete with literally one spring game. And even then, just make that the away game. It's not that hard. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Yep.
Crazy.
Absolutely. Getting back to the segments though. Shane,
That was
Brian,
incredible, Shane.
both
You did an incredible
killed
job, Shane.
them. Shane and Brian both killed their segments. Now the next segment is Can You Dig It? That one is with my boy Diggs Tape, yo. So Diggs, what are we talking about today, my man?
So for this segment, I'm gonna show you something I dig, and I'm gonna show you something I don't dig. Can you dig it? When I say yes, I can, I mean son on Penn State that went behind the back on an empty net because that was crazy. He had the goalie region. I just lost his name. I had his name put up on my phone. I don't have it anymore, but we can roll the clip. It was a skip through. The goalie came out and tried to hit him, and he just kind of stepped away. Goalie just face planted right in front of him, and he just behind the back into an empty net. And shout out Kevin Brown from Inside Lacrosse. He quote tweeted it and said he's a rule number 1 abider. So
Straight up.
And he tagged me. And he was like, "Yeah, this man is following rule number 1." So if anyone doesn't know what that is, when given a chance to do the goalie dirty, always do him as dirty as possible. Even if he's not in the net, even if he's just laying down in front of you, do him as dirty as possible. Like all he had to do was this, and he was like, "Words of Brandon O'Neill. I didn't need to do it, but I did it anyway." just because. And I know some of the new age lacrosse players are gonna be like, but you see the defender, he's coming to his hands. Like, yo, lacrosse has been played for a really long time, and that was not normal until like 3 years ago. I know
Straight
you're
up.
15 and you think you know everything about lacrosse, but that was not normal, dog. That's different. Like it's just different mentality. Like that's not like that don't even make front page news in today's lacrosse world. It's like
like it's different the way coaches coach lacrosse now compared to the way they did 10 years ago, night and day. The fact that kids like it's like you're almost like if you are not working on your sidearm, your underhand passing, or you're passing from all release points, you're not really Yeah, you're behind. You have to work on it and before it was what? Overhand.
Benched if you try it in practice.
Yeah, bench if you
just throw an underhand pass.
Liam Matthews.
Yeah, you getting. Oh, that's his name.
Yeah, there it is. Liam Matthews. Yeah. So shout out him doing that. Yeah. I get jealous of today's lacrosse players all the time. I feel like I played in the wrong era. This is the era of lacrosse I always wanted to play in. Like I never knew what it looked like, but this is way more fun than the version I played in college. This is the most fun lacrosse has ever been. Not even close.
Yeah. It's crazy to think that players now in high school or club are like doing line drills with BTBs in it.
I love it.
And that's coach. Right? That's coach driven too. They're like, yeah, get the
I would
BTBs
have
in.
loved that when I was
Yeah.
playing.
It would have
Dude,
took my ass out the drill.
like, how does that not make me a better player? I had a coach in college that got mad at me when I was throwing behind the backs in certain
Yeah.
drills. I was a senior in college. He's like, yo, don't throw behind the backs. I was like, wait, why not? No
It's
good
dirty.
reason was given. Like,
No.
bro, he's throwing a poke check.
Nah,
I'm
it's
doing this
good.
to keep my hands free. He's like, don't do that. Step back and throw it regular. I'm like, that's slower, first of all.
Yeah.
And second of all, I can do it. I'm not 13 years old and
story for
can't
that,
do it.
Mikey.
I can
Hey
do it.
man, shouts out Brian Kelly one time. He this man stays tweeting about free play and
I know, I love his
and
tweets.
I love his tweets, but he's making such a great point about it all, man. Just like how to integrate free play into your practice, how important that is for development. I couldn't agree more. That kind of thing is so important for everybody. I mean, and then too, just like a little swag. Get a little swag in the game. You know what I'm saying? Feel yourself a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to kind of nip some arrogance in the bud, but at the same time, you got to have a little bit of arrogance and a little bit of confidence when you playing. And that's truly, in my opinion, for a lot of these players, that's the difference maker. You could always tell when somebody's really about to do you dirty from the way that they step up to you, like they about to, and you can see it in their eyes. They're like, oh yeah, I'm about to do you. I'm about to do you so dirty. And it's different. It's different. Get a little swagger.
I love it.
All right. Diggs, tell us what you did not dig.
So when you asked me, can you dig in? I said, hell nah. Denver's turf. Hell nah. That's some of the worst turf I have ever seen in my entire life. It's like the only turf worse than that is like, I think it's like Eastern Michigan. They got like gray turf. Like they're playing on asphalt. That's the only thing that's worse. Denver's turf is awful. Listen, Denver fans, I ain't got nothing against y'all. Y'all lacrosse program is great, fantastic even. I've met some players from your program, all great dudes. Y'all are gonna do great in your conference. I like y'all to finish top 2 in your conference this year. I love the city of Denver. I've been there several times. I would move there. I love Denver. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about y'all's turf. I'm not a graphic designer. I could have designed that better. Why am I looking at random splashes of bright crimson red? Like, it's like the person who designed it is like, yo, the TV camera is going to be focused on a third of the field at a time. We're not going to see all this art. It's not the side of a coffee shop, bro. It's like this is an athletic playing surface. What are we doing? It's distracting. It's like red and white intersecting in wrong areas, and then you didn't even put the word Denver in the right place. It looks very odd. It's not spaced right. Like, come on. I could probably draw a better version of it on a notepad. I could draw it right here. Why did we just spend $4 million? It's awful. It's some of the worst I've ever seen.
I'm confused when I look at it.
It's an eyesore.
Camera angle. My ADHD goes everywhere, bro. I can't even watch lacrosse on that field sometimes, man.
Yeah,
and I'm just busy looking at.
There's like a loose ball in there. I'm like, what am I looking at?
Yeah, bro. That's so. I actually have this
epilepsy warning.
You're 100% correct. Like if you look at your phone, like for a long time, and Apple did this to us too. There's a reason why you have such a visceral response when somebody with an Android texts you. It's because it's quite literally, they made the green text a hex code of green that makes it makes it hard to look at. So like the blue is an easier to look at, but they made that green specifically hard to look at. So you're kind of disgusted with it when you see it. But why would you do that to your own field?
Makes no sense. It's like, oh, look at our beautiful field. I can't even see it. The TV, the cameras are focused on a third of the field. It just looks like lines and color.
That's a field that I would have created in Madden when I was 8. That's it, man. I have no other way to explain it, because that's one of those things you design and in your head you're like, yo, this shit kind of goes hard until everybody else sees it. You're like, I messed up.
How am I gonna fix this? This is terrible.
So
I don't dig that. I don't dig Denver's turf.
We don't dig that. It's okay though. I mean, it's creative, right? And creativity is subjective. If you enjoy Denver's turf, good for you. But we don't have to enjoy it. Okay?
Stinky.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But guys, we could end on that note here. Unless you guys got something else to say. Anything? Going once, going twice. All right, guys. So we got week 1 of college lacrosse coming up next here, guys. We're going to be talking some stick the whole week. So make sure you're ready for next Sunday because we got a lot coming at you. Make sure you share this podcast with your boy, with somebody we talked about, or anyone, because we trying to get some love here, yo. And we got Shane A. Smith in the building. We got Brian, we got Diggs, and we got yours truly, Scotty. All right, I got to make sure I play this song as we leave this podcast, but it's your boys. Signing off. Peace out.